Hi there, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I should be teaching actually today. I should have 2 classes to teach today. But my little dog that you've just seen walk out the door was quite nastily attacked during the week by another dog. So he's recovering really well. You might see him wander through with his little donut around his neck. But I can't leave him for a few days. I've got to be here for his needs. So I thought I'd come on YouTube and teach the class that we've been doing this week. So you might have done it with me already once this week, or it might be brand new to you. We'll get on with it, we'll get going, so enjoy it. And we're going to start in child's pose. So let's find our way to child's. I'm going to take maybe just 2 or 3 breaths in child's. Just sit your hips back and just relax into how your body feels this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whatever you're doing. Nice breath in and exhale. Now we do get going quite quickly, so just hoping that you're warm, you're fit, and you're open to this flow. You're going to come over a cat spine, round in the spine until you feel like a little tingle in your wrists as you bypass the wrist joints. Sit back to child's. And we'll do that again. So nice easy ride over the cat. Little tingle in the wrists. And back to child's. And you know, that could be your modification, or you could just stay here. But we're going to come over our cat spine. We're going to do like a little mini press chaturanga. So as low as you want to go. And then control it as you go back into your child. So just sort of wake up those upper body strength muscles. Let's do that again. So a little press, elbows frame the ribs. And that control as you push back. And there's our child's pose again. This time as we come over our cat, we're just going to drop into like a high cobra. So elbows, arms are straight, chest is lifted. You can look up or forward. And then back to child's. And we'll do that one more time. It's like a ride over your cat. And then you turn the spine inside out into high cobra. And then back through child's. Last one, we're going to add a low cobra to all of that. So over your cat. High cobra, bending the elbows already. And that little control like you did with your little mini press down onto your belly. Breath into cobra, and that same control as you push back like you came out of your press. And we'll take a puppy dog pose, just tuck the hips up and push the chest down. Coming into downward facing dog. So the transitions of this flow are like a bit of a ladder. We're going to build the transitions in a little bit of strength and work as we work through. So the bottom of your ladder is downward facing dog. You don't have to climb the ladder, you don't have to do the transitions. If you're coming with me, right leg lifts off the mat. There's our first run. I'm just going to feel the leg we're standing on. And just lengthen away through the leg you've lifted. Bring that leg through, just tuck in your foot between your hands, drop to your knee, and we'll call this fingertip lunge. Sit back to half splits, flexing the front foot, walking the hands forward, noticing what you feel in the leg and the hip, but also if you walk the hands forward, what you feel in the back as well. Now as you come forward, and raise the right arm, drop onto the outer edge of your right foot into like a little lizard twist, and just allow gravity, if you like, just to relax into that hip and leg. And if you want to, first one, we'll wrap the arm behind the back to bind. And see if we can find just a little bit more into that twist. Let's go back to half splits again. Take a breath out. And into your lizard twist. Just the arm raise this time. Do that one more time, last one. So back to your half splits. And into your little lizard twist. And back to your fingertip lunge. Let's take crescent moon from there. And just notice how that feels maybe in your left quad, front of your hip, but also in that lovely extension of your spine. Left arm comes forward, right arm goes back. We add a twist to that. And then back to crescent moon. Let's go the other way, like a little kneeling warrior. And back to crescent moon. Repeating that again, so you're twisting, crescent moon, and you're opening, crescent moon. Last one, so exhale into your twist, inhale out, exhale into your little warrior. Let's reverse that, just tipping back into a little kneeling reverse warrior. Cartwheel the arms. Lift the back knee, come to pyramid pose, and the option to peel the toes of the front leg and take a little bow over that leg. And then step to the top of your mat, forward fold, or even a ragdoll if you need it. Tabletop spine, so we're going to create like a right angle out that spine, so we're going to find nice clean parallel lines. Both arms to the ceiling, breath in. And let's fold forward into a forward fold. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, find your first plank. Let's do one of each of those movements we started with. So knees to child, sit back. Just over that cat spine, like you're riding a wave with your spine. Feel a little tingle in your wrists. Sit back to child's pose. This one holds high cobra, so cat to high cobra. And back to child's. And this one adds that little low cobra. So over our cat spine, our high cobra, bend the elbows. That control you had with that little mini press earlier. Into your low cobra. Back to that puppy dog. Tuck the toes, hips high, chest low. And downward facing dog. So from our first rung on the ladder, left leg lifts off the mat. Have a little feel of the leg you're standing on. And the leg you've taken away. Step that leg through, come to fingertip lunge low. Make sure your foot gets between your hands, that's quite important. And then sit back into your half splits. And just notice what you feel on this side. Maybe this leg feels a little tighter. Maybe it feels a little easier. Into your lizard twist, left arm raises. We're just dropping onto the outer edge of your left foot. And maybe we'll take a little bind here. Just add a bit of load to that twist. Back to your half splits, breath out. Into your lizard twist, breath in. One more of those, breath out. And breath in. So just getting that little squeeze into that outer hip. Fingertip lunge low to crescent moon. And there's a back bend there if you want to, or you can just take like a warrior spine. Right arm forward, left arm back, we're twisting. Crescent moon, breath in. Opening to that little kneeling warrior. Crescent moon, breath in. Go again, breath out. Breath in. Breath out. And in one more of those, little twist. Breath in, we lose a twist. Kneeling warrior to reverse. Big cartwheel through the arms. We're going to lift the back knee, find pyramid on this side. Option to peel the toes of your left foot. Option to take a little bow over that leg. And then step into the top of your mat to your forward fold or even a little ragdoll. Halfway spine, that right angle, those nice clean lines. Extended Tadasana and Tadasana. We're going to go through that one more time, one of each, a little bit quicker, and that will bring us to the top of the mat. And that will be the last time we come to the top of the mat for a little while. So let's take a lovely big reach up into Extended Tadasana, forward fold, breath out. Lift the chest to gaze, find your way to plank. Maybe we just flow through knees, chest and cobra. Shoulders down, soft shoulders, not tense. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts off the mat. We'll add one more rung to that ladder. Bend the knees, scorpion tail. Step your foot through to your hands, your low fingertip lunge. Sit back to your half splits. And into your lizard twist, dropping onto the outer edge of that right foot. Crescent moon from there, so land your right foot crescent moon. And then twisting left arm forward, right arm back. Crescent moon, breath in. Open with your warrior. And reversing your little kneeling warrior. Cartwheeling around to pyramid pose. Option to lift the right toes, little bow. And step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway spine, breath in. Extended Tadasana, there's a little back bend if you want it. Into your forward fold, breath out. Halfway spine, step or jump. Knees, chest, cobra. If you're warm and you're strong, you could lift the legs up dog. Into your down facing dog, breath in. And breath out. Left leg this time, we've added rung 2 to our scorpion tail. Step that leg through, help it along if you need to, drop the knee to the floor. Sit back to your last half splits. Coming into your little lizard twist, outer edge of your left foot. And your crescent moon, land the left foot, crescent moon pose. We twist that right arm forward, left arm back. And we lose the twist, crescent moon. Open into your kneeling warrior. And reversing. That cartwheel of your arms. Pyramid pose, peeling the toes off your left foot. Maybe there's a bow there now. And step into the top of your mat to your forward fold. Halfway spine. New breath, extended Tadasana. And finding Tadasana. And we're back at the top of the mat. I'm just going to change ends so that I'm facing screen. Sort of the last time we're at the top of the mat for a few minutes. Next time we come to the top of the mat, we'll put the whole flow together. Let's start with that lovely extended Tadasana. Folding forward, breath out. Lifting the chest again, step or try a little jump to plank. Lower the knees or chaturanga if you're ready. Inhale through cobra or up dog if you want to. Downward facing dog. So we'll add one more rung to our transition ladder. Right leg lifts. Add your knee bend, scorpion. Let's add a knee to same elbow, a little tap of your knee or even your tricep. Back to 3-limb dog, breath in. This time as you step through with the right foot, come to fingertip lunge high. So we're just sort of hovering here in high fingertip lunge. Take your right arm and twist in, just like you did with your lizard, but leave your right foot firm on the floor. We're going to lift from there. We're going to lift with our arms in this place and start to lift into our twist already, into our twisted lunge. And if you really anchor into your back left leg, the stability in this lunge should be there. But if it isn't, think, why am I lifting? Am I using that strength in my core, in my spine as well? As you come out of that, come to crescent lunge high. Now we're going to softly cactus the arms wide and open. And then a funny little hand position. Going to take the hands behind the back of the head. Pull the elbows wide so you can't see them out the corner of your eyes. But lift the chest high. So you get this whole expanse of space across the front of your chest. From there, just come to warrior 2. Just a warrior 2. And we'll make a little reverse there. Cartwheel through to your plank. Flow through your vinyasa, so knees or chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Take a breath, and we'll do the left side. So left leg is lifted, bend the knee. Now remember, these are transitions, so you don't have to do any of these. Bring the knee to the same elbow, and 3-limb dog. Transitions bring you to a landing pose. So if you needed to, you just step through with me to your fingertip lunge high. You're going to take your left arm up, twist in. And as as you lift with those arms in that place, think about your right leg. Keep pushing into it. Use it as an anchor. And then that lift through the spine, and you might find there's a little bit more squeeze into the waist. Take a breath. And from your twisted lunge, we'll come to high crescent lunge, so lose a twist. Still feeling that strength in that back leg, still feeling that expanse in your spine. Open to soft cactus. Pull the elbows wide. Feel that whole space across the front of your chest, hands behind the back of the head. And keep that whole feeling open. Just to take you to warrior two on your left leg. Reverse warrior. And then cartwheel through and find a plank. So if there's too many vinyasas today, just leave one, take a child's, down a dog, or flow through. Breath in, breath out. Stay for a breath. Now we're going to lose the twist. So next time we do the twist, it'll be at the other end of the mat, it'll be at the back of your mat. But for now, we'll take our right leg up. Bend the knee, scorpion tail. We added our knee to our same elbow. 3-limb dog. Let's add another rung. Let's bring our knee to our chest, tiger curl. Hold it for a moment. And then land it between your hands, fingertip lunge high. Just come up to high crescent lunge. Still find that stability in that back leg. Let's still softly cactus our arms nice and wide, nice and open. And bring the hands behind the head, just like you would do maybe like a crunch. But we're going to hold the arms this time as we change our legs to warrior two. Taking a little tip with your right elbow towards your right thigh. It might touch, it might not. Taking a little tip of your left elbow, which shouldn't touch, I'm pretty sure. And repeating that. Right elbow, right thigh, left elbow, just hanging around in the sky. As you come forward, both arms come forward too. Now we're going to hold this for a breath or so. If you need to modify, you could bring your right arm onto your thigh. Otherwise, our right arm feels like it's the magnet that is pulling these two arms, controlled, to frame your head. But it's still side angle, so we've still got this length, this height, and you've still got adjustment. So if you needed to, maybe we should open our chest just a little bit. One more breath. The longest you hold it, and then we're going to straighten the right leg, reverse, and maybe lift the toes like a little archer's pose, and then Vinyasa all the way through your plank, chaturanga, up dog, or just stay with cobra, down facing dog. I'm just going to hang around at this end of the mat, so you'll have my back this time, and that's quite good sometimes. You don't want to look at me all the time, do you? Left leg lifts off the mat. Bend the knee. Knee to same elbow. 3-limb dog. Should be starting to feel a little warm now. Tiger curl. Going to hold it. We're going to control it. We won't hold our breath, however. And then we'll land that foot, fingertip lunge high. High crescent lunge, beautiful pose. Strong legs, beautiful space in the spine. Posture here in abundance. Softly cactus. Interlace the hands, elbows out of your side view. And then your warrior two, we keep the arms. So really, your left elbow points to the top of your warrior. Your right elbow points to the back of your warrior. Take a little tip with your left elbow to your left thigh. Might touch. And then your right elbow to your right thigh. Left elbow, left thigh, chest stays open, elbows stay out of your side view. And right elbow. Coming forward with those arms, strong arms, double arms. So it's like weight training in side angle. Your arms are your weights. If the weights are too heavy, then bring this left arm onto your thigh. But if they're controllable, squeeze them like magnets, being pulled together. Keep your body lifted and maybe get that little turn so your body feels open. Little shudder in the thigh. Very tempting to hold the breath in. And as we breathe out, we'll straighten our left leg, peel the toes, and then Vinyasa. You can bypass the Vinyasa, you can take a child's, or you can come with me, up dog, down facing dog. So we'll leave that high lunge for a little while. So our first pose together this time will be Warrior Two with just normal Warrior Two arms. Right leg lifts, bend the knee, knee to same elbow, three-limb dog. Let's add knee to opposite elbow and then knee to chest. Land your right foot. Let's take a little pyramid. Straight leg, lift the toes, come back to fingertip lunge high. And then find your way to Warrior Two. Have a little look at your warrior. Hips are open, knee points to this end of your warrior, heel points to that end of your warrior. Make sure your warrior's not pointing in or out. You can correct that if you need to. Let's take those hands behind the back of the head again, elbows wide. They're sort of a bit of a focus arms this class. I'm going to take one tip only this time to our right thigh. And then one tip only to our left thigh. We'll bring those double arms forward, side angle pose, we won't hold it. And then we'll come into that little straight leg reverse, that little archer's variation. Turn both of your heels in, raise the arms back up, and we'll find a little goddess pose. And you can do a few little mini Skandasanas if you want to, just to settle you in. And then just try and stick the hips nice and low, but think about picking up that spine and keeping it active in the weights. Find those arms again. Let's do that little tip again. So we're going to tip to our right thigh just like we did in Warrior. And the same to our left thigh. It might feel a little easier. As you come to your right thigh this time, you're going to take your right arm and just hold that right hip open and your left arm into almost like triangle arms. But then just navigate the weight, because you'll be wanting to sit into your right leg. I'd like you to try and sit pretty balanced into both legs. So if I ask you to lift your right heel, you probably could, and your left heel, you most definitely could. Bring both arms up to Goddess. We're going to stand and take a wide forward fold. You just need to turn your feet forward, come into a wide forward fold. Take a breath, and then tabletop spine. We're going to take Skandasana to your left leg, so that's at the back of your mat. But that's just going to turn you into fingertip lunge. From your fingertip lunge, we'll come up into high crescent lunge, not held. And then you're just going to dance your way around to Warrior Two again on your right leg. Reverse your warrior. Take a big cartwheel and find your plank. Flow through. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Do this one, we'll take a little child's pose after this one, a little recovery after this one. So left leg lifts off the mat. We added a knee bend. Knee to same elbow, our third rung of the ladder. 3-limb dog. Knee to opposite elbow, but then also to your chest. Controlled until you land fingertip lunge high. Take a little pyramid pose. It's like a pause breath. Breath in and back to lunge. Breath out. Straight up to warrior two, please. Coming into your warrior two. So we're going to change up the arms. We're going to find those arms again. Elbows wide, chest open. One little tip to your left thigh. And one to your right thigh. Into your two arms side angle, or modify it if you need to. And from your side angle pose, straight leg release, reverse with a little funky little lift of your toes. Goddess pose. Both our heels are in. Our hips are a little lower than we want them to be. Our arms are much stronger than we thought they needed to be. Hands behind the back of the head, elbows wide again. So back view, probably it gives you a good view of where we want those arms. Just tip in your left elbow to your left thigh, your right elbow to your right thigh, and then as we approach our left thigh, your left arm inside of your knee, your right arm above you, light triangle arms, and then see what I'm doing. I'm just navigating my weight back into my right leg as well. Strong arms. Both the arms raise, breath in, and as you straighten this time, we're going to just suggest chest expansion arms. So a little something different for your shoulders to do as you bow over into your forward fold. And just sort of have a little wiggle around through those shoulders. Chest expansion is much more effective if we're patient, we're encouraging, and we're not forceful. We're not trying to just yank the shoulders over so the hands get closer to the floor. We're just trying to encourage them to wherever they feel that they can come to today. It doesn't matter. Halfway spine like a tabletop. The back of the mat is our right leg, so into Skandasana. It's just a transition that will take you to fingertip lunge high. Next time we do this pose at the back of the mat, we'll add that twist again. High crescent lunge, breath in. Warrior two on your left leg. Little reverse. Big cartwheel. Let's just take a plank. Lower our knees and sit back to child's and take a breath out. Beautiful. So once we've taken a couple of breaths here in child's, because I'm sure you need this little recovery, we will come to the top of the mat and we'll put it all together. So nice release of the shoulders. If you need to stay longer, I know it's a full flow today. If you need to stay longer, just pause the video, stay a little bit longer, and then come back when you're ready. If you're ready with me, let's come back to what we did at the beginning. We're going to come over the top of our cat spine, drop into a high cobra. That full control that takes you down onto your tummy and lifts you into a low cobra. Shoulders, just melt them. Puppy dog pose, thumbs high, chest is low, little gentle inversion to downward facing dog. And maybe this downward dog, we just have a little pedal through. You're going to put the entire flow together. A little challenge for you, but I'll let you see how you feel about that when we get there, as always. And then just walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Come to that tabletop with those lovely clean lines. Extended Tadasana, breath in. And find Tadasana. Happy? Top of the mat. Feet about hip distance apart. We'll start with our hands on our hips or waist. And when you're ready, come with me, come into forward fold. You can hold your big toes. You can tuck your hands under your feet. You can bend your knees, whatever feels good. But what I'd like you to think about is the balance of you over the top of your feet. Find a little balance there. Knees and thighs are lifted, also belly. Come to a tabletop spine, walk or jump to plank. Your flow, your vinyasa. Inhale. Come to downward facing dog. Exhale, last rung of the ladder. Right leg lifts, bend the knee scorpion. Knee to same elbow. Don't come back from that. Knee to opposite elbow. Knee to chest, pause. Land your foot, fingertip lunge high. Let's bring back our high crescent lunge with that anchoring in the back left leg. Our soft cactus where our elbows are wide, chest open. Hands behind the back of the head, don't see the elbows out of the corner of your eye. To warrior two, keeping those arms where they are. Just take a tip back to your left thigh this time. Come into your side angle, both of your arms framing your head, or bring that right arm to your thigh. Take a straight leg reverse, lifting the right toes off the mat into that little arches. Coming into goddess pose, both arms high but strong arms. Hands behind the back of the head. Take a little tip just to your left elbow. And as you approach your right elbow to your thigh, bring your arm to the inside of your thigh, your left arm to the sky, like triangle arms. Both arms high, you stay low. Wide forward fold, maybe this time we'll bring our hands to our calves or our ankles and just pull ourselves a little deeper into that forward fold. Make sure the shoulders are broad, make sure the neck is long. New breath, halfway spine. Left leg Skandasana. So left leg Skandasana just transfers you into your lizard, but both hands stay on the inside of your foot this time. Because we're going to lift the left arm, twist inwards, like we did at the very beginning. Lift from there, anchoring into that back right leg, and finding that twist into your lunge. High crescent lunge, breath in. It's going to dance you around to warrior two on your right leg. I love that transition. I just love the way your feet move back from the back of your mat to the top. Reverse your warrior. It's a little heel raise if you want it. And then cartwheel through to 3-limb plank if you can. And we're just going to bring our right foot and stack it on top of our left. If you want to come with me, you're going to bring your right foot through the space towards your left hand. So little finger, little toe. Spin onto the outer edge of your back foot. And if you're ready to come with me, we're going to lift the left arm into fallen triangle. A stronger variation is to catch hold of your foot and bring it with you. And a stronger variation is to let go of your foot and take your arm back there wherever you can manage. And we'll come back through to plank. Chaturanga, upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Now it's warm, now we're sweating. Okay, breath in and breath out. All on the left, last one, but you can always do this sequence again. Left leg lifts, bend the knee scorpion. Knee to same elbow, don't come back. Knee to opposite elbow. Knee to chest. Fingertip lunge high, help it if it doesn't quite make it. Let's add a little pyramid. I didn't do it on the last leg. If you can remember when you do the video, just add your little pyramid. And then inhale up into high crescent lunge. Soft cactus, those arms seem to sort of push you a little deeper into your legs. Take the hands behind the head, elbows out of your side view. Open to your warrior two, but keep the arms there. Little tip to your right thigh. As you come to your left thigh, either just take a side angle with your arm to your thigh, or bring both arms up. Remember, those arms are magnets being pulled together. Reverse with a straight leg, option to lift the toes. And then come into your arches. We can go into your goddess, we can go a little lower. You can pull those arms a little stronger. Muscles being worked here, all those postural muscles. Hands behind the back, last one. Tip in your left elbow to your left thigh. Your right elbow to your right thigh. As you come to your left thigh, hold that left thigh open, reach your right arm high. I call this spreading your wings, so let's spread our wings like eagles. Remember that weight balance. Both arms raised, you shouldn't need to adjust your weight. And then let's go back to our first one, where our hands are on the mat and your head between the hands, and just see if it feels a little easier, or it might just feel a little bit more needed. If that's the case, halfway spine. Your Skandasana is back in the mat, right leg. We'll turn to lizard lunge, both hands stay. You might just need to wiggle your right foot over. Raise your right arm, twisting. Anchor into the back left leg as you lift into your twisted lunge, and use that back leg for stability. Crescent lunge, and then that lovely transition to warrior two on your left leg. It just floats, doesn't it? It's just so, so nice. Reverse your warrior, option to lift your heel. And we're trying 3 limb plank here. By stacking your left foot on top of your right. You can just stay there if you want to. Or have a little go. Bring your left foot across to your right hand. Little finger, little toe. Inner edge of your back foot. Right arm raises. That might be as much as you wish to today. Or you're going to bring your left leg with you. Or you're going to let go of that left leg and reach your arm back and through to plank. Wasn't quite so good on that side. Vinyasa, into Cobra Up Dog. When I teach, I say smiley one, so it's always a good one. Mine is to breathe. And downward facing dog. Breath out, stay for a breath. Maybe we'll stay for another. Bring your feet to your hands. Sit your bum down. Come to your backs. And hug your knees. And we just give the back a little something. A couple of years ago, I used to observe sort of classes at the end of a flow, especially if it's been quite a physical flow. And I'd instruct what to do, like hug your knees or so-and-so. And I'd look and they would just not be listening to me. They just do their own thing anyway. So I gave up instructing this bit of the class. It's just for you to do what feels needed. So a couple of breaths of what feels right. If you're in a rush today, maybe this is a good point for you to press the stop and off you go with your day. Or we just take a happy baby. Nice and easy. Error I find with happy baby pose, and I don't mind if your hands are on the inside of your heels, the outside of your knees or thighs, the inside, doesn't really matter. But what we're trying to do is keep our spine on the floor. Nourish a little massage, right down to the low spine, right down to the tailbone if we can. What we're not trying to do is pull our bum off the floor and do a funny little plough pose. So see how much of your back you can leave on the floor. And as you rock and move, it's just lovely. Just get this really nice massage. It's a real treat. And then bring both knees in, give them a lovely hug. Place your feet on the floor, about hip distance, imprint, and take a brace, just one. Tuck your shoulders under, link your hands, push your hands in the mat. The other thing I observe in plough is arms. You're up in bridge, the arms don't really know what to do, do they? They're just sort of there. But you know, if they're on the mat, they might as well support you. So just think what we leave back on the mat, we use to support what isn't on the mat. And then that will remind you, breath in, and then gently roll down. Just think about coming down one bone at a time. So you sort of feel like you need a bit more mat for your back this time. And then just stretch your body out, lovely and long along the mat. Quite lazy, sort of like you feel like you just woke up on a Sunday morning, no plans, just a lovely big stretch, nice lazy day. And then nice easy hug, massage of your legs. Curl your head up to meet your legs, big roll through the shoulders, bring yourself up to seated. So at this point also, if you wanted to spend some time in Shavasana, you could stay down there on the mat, again turn me off, put some music on and spend a few minutes just relaxing in Shavasana. Otherwise, find a nice seated. I'm going to take a lazy variation of our side angle really, a bit like a mermaid pose in Pilates. Nice and heavy with the arm over your head. If I ask you to turn your chest open, you can. If you needed to turn it down, you can. We'll do that on the other side as well. So elbows soft, whole stretch feels soft. And then you can turn the chest open and you can close it down. Bring both arms all the way up, pick up that spine so it reminds you for your posture for the rest of the day. Bring one hand to the outside of your knee and take a little twist. A nice rinse out of your waist, a little detox. Let's do that twist on the other side. Maybe you can see your shoulder, maybe you can see the back of your rib, maybe you can even see the hand there resting on the mat. As you come forward, raise the arms. I'm just going to offer you free the legs up from underneath you. And just come into a seated forward fold, and that can be with straight legs or bent, whatever you choose. Your legs are straight, then just sort of shuffle into what feels comfortable. Let your shoulders relax, back of your neck. Don't hold your head strange or weirdly. It will just make your neck feel tense. Just a light lift of the belly, tummy away from the t-shirt is a really good instruction. Breath in. I sort of like to finish on something a little bit more lively. So hands behind you. Open the chest just like you felt this entire practice. Leave your bum on the floor, or with me, just take a lift into reverse plank. Opens the chest, livens up the body. As you lower your bum to the mat, just cross your legs back in. Make a little frame with your arms. Bring them forward like you were sitting up in child's pose. Drop your gaze in. And then maybe just free up the neck a little bit. Sort of sweeping figure 8. Or just nodding sort of yes, no. Finishing the class together, reaching both arms all the way up. Option to bring the palms, you don't have to. And then exhale. And thank you so, so much. Been a pleasure. You didn't get to see my little Charlie. He's gone off somewhere, but he's doing really well. So fingers crossed, he's back out walking and running on the beach in a few days. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, lovely evening, lovely whatever you're doing. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.